Today's video is sponsored by Verve. Head to vrv.co/Arlo to get a 30-day free trial of Verve Premium. Verve is a streaming service that offers tons of anime through Crunchyroll and High Dive, Western animation through Mondo and Cartoon Hangover, classic cartoons through Boomerang and Nixsplat, just a ton of animation, really, and other stuff too. For the very best deal, you can get every channel ad-free, exclusive shows, offline viewing, and early access to new content through Verve Premium. Again, head on over to verve.co/Arlo to try out this service free for 30 days. Many thanks to Verve for their support, and be sure to head down to the comments and let me know what you're watching and why it's Angry Beavers. Angry Beavers is the best! Really? Hello, my fit friends. Arlo here, and today I'm reviewing Ring Fit Adventure. This is an exercise game, and can I fit it in my schedule, or is it? I'm sorry, just trying to feel the burn here.
Way to work up a sweat. Drop your hips. Victory!
Like many people in the late 2000s, I tried out Wii Fit, thought it was awesome, and sprung for the expensive balance board and game, played it for a few days, then promptly got bored and stuck it in the cabinet until it was time to sell it to another unwitting friend who would repeat the whole process. It was a cool idea, but it was too limited. It focused way too much on your balance and your lower body, and running in place with a Wii remote in your pocket was hardly compelling. And though its whole weight tracking and regimen planning thing was novel, it was essentially just a series of mini-games and some yoga poses. It didn't offer a satisfying enough workout experience or game experience to keep me engaged. Ring Fit Adventure, on the other hand, changes everything. It offers a more robust and well-rounded exercise system and wraps it all up in just enough gaminess to keep you always moving forward. The basic idea is that there's this super buff dragon named Drago, and he's messing everything up with his dark influence. He seems to represent the bad side of fitness. He trains way too much, all he wants is gross, bulky muscles, and he's got a total bro-y attitude. And I'm not even joking when I say he is one of the best Nintendo villains in recent memory. He's not super deep or anything, he's obviously still just a bad guy to beat, but come on, he's a buff bro dragon. That's just funny. The game actually has way more humor and charm than I expected. Your little ring companion guy is fully voice acted during certain parts of the game. There are all sorts of fitness-related gags and puns. There are some silly characters you meet along your adventure. Instead of potions and armor, you use smoothies and workout clothes. I guess it shouldn't be too surprising coming from Nintendo, and yet it still kinda is. A strange amount of love and care went into this motion-controlled fitness game. Like, basically as much as you'd expect in a normal game. And that goes for the graphics as well. I mean, there's nothing mind-blowing here, but it's all bright and colorful and extremely polished with a distinct art style. The game has you running through these beautiful vistas with trees and flowers and frolicking deer and sunsets. And as per Nintendo standard, the characters and enemies are all well designed and fluidly animated. I'm just so surprised by how good the whole thing looks. For me, it's always kinda hard to justify spending a lot of money on these kinds of quote-unquote casual games, but this one's production value is so high that it is much easier. It makes the whole experience that much more enjoyable. Let's get to the real meat though. In Ring Fit Adventure, you wear one Joy-Con and a strap on your leg, and the other goes on this squishy ring thing. When I first saw the reveal trailer, I thought a ring that you squeeze and pull wouldn't offer enough different modes for a full workout experience, but I was 100% wrong. This thing gives you one heck of a workout and is extremely versatile, especially when used in tandem with the leg strap. Together, they get your entire body moving, and the game is very good at knowing what you're doing at all times. Unlike Wii Fit, it really is a full workout experience, and it's much harder to cheese the game by just holding a Wii remote in your hand and shaking it or something. In adventure mode, you move through a very sizable series of maps, and most levels are split between two modes of play, running through the level and fighting monsters. Running gives you a more steady workout with more cardio. You run in place to move forward, and if you run fast, your character will run faster as well. The clever thing here is how many different ways you can interact with the world and navigate these levels. You can squeeze the ring to send out a blast that can hit stuff and break boxes, and if you pull it, you can suck up items. If you're going upstairs or wading through deep water, you've got to raise your knees higher as you run. You've got to point the ring downward and squeeze to jump. You got to hold it tight against your abs to break rocks. You got to do squats to open treasure chests. You got to pull and hold the ring above your head to hang onto a rail. There are conveyor belts that move against you or walkways that break away, so you got to sprint. It's incredibly clever because it's level design that is also exercise routine. These different obstacles are crafted in just such a way that you start out simply and challenge yourself further and further over time. It ain't just about running though, because if you hit any monsters in your path, you'll be taken to a turn-based fight. This mode of play is way more about strength training. You'll repeat various moves many times in order to damage enemies, so it's much more exhausting. These moves all correspond to different colors and areas of the body. Basically, you got arm moves, leg moves, core moves, and slower yoga moves. And if you match the color with a monster's color, you'll do extra damage. You learn these moves constantly as you go along, and you can equip whichever ones you want in order to suit both the level you're playing and your own workout desires. They have recharge times too, so you've got to switch around as you fight. And whenever monsters attack you back, you've got to press the ring against your abs and hold in order to block some of the damage, which I think is pretty clever. Within each battle, assuming I've equipped a good range of moves, there's a wonderful amount of variety in exercises, so I never find myself getting totally fed up with one thing or another. Sometimes the game will give me monsters of one color many times, but this forces me to push myself just enough in one area without it becoming too frustrating. Then, switching back and forth between the exploration and the combat changes up the experience even more, so it isn't overwhelming. There's this perfect balance between cardio and strength training, so I always feel like I'm pushing myself but also getting the rest I need. The yoga moves in particular help me out a lot. Taking a few moments to do something slow with easy muscle stretches and steady breathing keep me feeling refreshed, and that keeps me exercising much longer than I would have otherwise. Now, let me tell you something about working out. I hate working out. I detest it. I hate the repetition. I hate being so aware of my physical discomfort as I'm doing it. I hate the time it takes. I've just got these massive mental hurdles when it comes to exercising, and they make me not want to do it ever. Being physical in general is okay if I'm doing something fun, like running around outside and climbing trees and stuff, but I'm not 10 anymore, so I can't say I get a lot of opportunities to do that. But Ring Fit Adventure makes working out fun. It gives me a routine so I don't have to make one myself. It offers me goals so I have something to work toward. It gives me something to look at and listen to distract me. It turns working out into a game, and as it turns out, that is exactly the way to motivate me. If I'm doing some sort of workout on my own and I'm doing reps, I am painfully aware of how many more reps I need to do to meet whatever arbitrary goal I've set, and I know I could stop at any time, and I'm just sitting there as I do it, maybe watching TV at the very best, and I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Like, if someone tells me to do 10 squats, I'm gonna tell them to go eat an omelet. I ain't doing that. But if there's a monster in front of me and my squats damage him, I want to do those squats. If there's a treasure chest, I will do any number of squats it wants me to open it up. When I can see what needs to be done and my exercises actually accomplish something, suddenly I'm that much more motivated, even though the exercises are identical. Suddenly, I'm literally sad when I'm too tired and sore to keep going because I'm just having that much fun. Suddenly, working out is actually a rewarding experience in itself that I can actually enjoy. Ring Fit Adventure is so effective because they put in so much of that gaminess. It's not the most complex RPG in the world, obviously, but they still didn't hold back on including the basics. You gain levels, which raises your attack and defense stats, and absolutely everything gives you XP, which encourages you to do your best whenever possible. When running through a level, you pick up money and smoothie ingredients constantly, and like I said earlier, you can buy workout gear that boosts your stats at shops. There's even a skill tree! There's a skill tree! All of this put together makes for an experience that's engaging enough to keep me going and get me excited about exercising of all things. And my friends, that is quite a feat. Even beyond the gamey elements though, I think a lot of what makes it all work so well is how fleshed out and user-friendly it is. My first several sessions as the game was sort of opening itself up to me, I constantly said to myself, man, they thought of everything. The game asks you a series of questions and tailors the experience to your fitness level, and you can adjust it at any anytime. It also tracks all of your stats for you and even gives you achievements, which you can stack up against your friend's progress if you want. It gives you the option to measure your heart rate using the IR sensor after every workout. When in combat, it gives you both audio and visual cues and tips to help you do the moves correctly and target the correct muscles, so you're never left guessing what you're supposed to be doing or how many reps you've got left. And this is a big one. Your character's hair catches on fire when you're active, but goes fully ablaze when you're giving it the maximum input the game wants, so you know if you're running at max speed or you're going to do the max damage with an attack. Furthermore, there's a bunch of stuff to do outside of Adventure Mode for people who just want to dive in with the exercises. Adventure's got a bunch of mini games, but they're all available on the main menu from the get-go without you having to unlock them or anything. There's also a challenge mode and a mode where you can do workout routines based on what part of the body you want to work on. Most surprisingly of all, if you click the stick on your ring when the game is off, you can do whatever kinds of reps you want and it will keep track of up to 500 and use those reps to give you bonuses when you boot the game up again. Like, how cool is that? Like I said, they really thought of everything. The devs just did so much to help the player out and make Ring Fit Adventure a comfortable experience that tailors to all different needs and workout styles. It honestly feels like having a personal trainer there with me. It's so helpful. It's customizable enough that I don't ever feel like I'm hitting a brick wall and getting frustrated, but it still controls the routine enough to really challenge me. Honestly, if you're like me and you need some extra motivation to get moving, I can't recommend Ring Fit Adventure enough. Sure, it's a bit pricey. Nintendo's got this weird thing where they think every game, no matter what, should be $60, then more on top of that if there's a peripheral involved, whereas I think $60 for the complete package would have been a much more effective price. But even at $80, you can ask yourself, can you put a price on good health? Because this thing is getting me moving, and that's more valuable than the simple entertainment factor. Plus, you'd probably pay that much for only 2 months at a gym, and this is something you can have basically forever. And can you fight monsters RPG style at a gym? Yeah, didn't think so. Not without getting kicked out, at least. Nintendo's weird blue ocean motion-controlled endeavors on Switch have come with pros and cons until now, but this is the real deal. They took a weird idea and knocked it out of the park. Ring Fit Adventure isn't a traditional game, so I don't think I want to give it a score. Sorry, I know that's 2 scoreless reviews in a row, but I do give it a hearty recommendation. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching my review of Ring Fit Adventure. Oh, boy. Oh, you're not going to throw up. Just don't throw up. Let me know what you think about the game down in the comments. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just gonna come down here. Lay down for a minute. Oh, please, no more squats. Please, no more squats. I beg of you no more. Okay, I'm all right.